Hey there, let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like your ability to just focus is constantly under attack? If you do, you're definitely not alone. It feels like we're living in a world that's been perfectly engineered to distract us, so trying to concentrate can feel like trying to find a superpower. Well, today, we're going to explore a simple but honestly profound method to help you get that power back. This quote right here, it just nails it. It captures the entire problem, but also, and this is the important part, the promise. It gets that the struggle is real, but it shows us there's a way through. And it's not about some massive heroic effort. It's about small, consistent habits that can, and I mean this, literally change the way your brain is wired.
And make no mistake, it really does feel like a war, doesn't it? Our phones, our notifications, our whole environment is in a constant battle for a slice of our attention. And that makes getting into that state of deep, uninterrupted work feel almost impossible. But what if the answer wasn't to just fight harder against it all?
What if the real secret was just to get a tiny bit better, but to do it every single day? This brings us to a really powerful way of thinking about improvement, one that doesn't depend on having superhuman willpower.
And that whole philosophy? It has a name, Kaizen. It's a Japanese idea that's all about continuous improvement. So you can forget about trying to make some massive, life-altering change overnight. Kaizen is all about making these small, almost unnoticeable improvements again and again over time.
And this is where the magic really kicks in. It all comes down to this 1%. The goal is to get just 1% better each day. Now I know, it sounds ridiculously small, right? But that tiny, achievable win gives your brain a little hit of dopamine, the motivation molecule. But it's so small it doesn't trigger stress. And get this. Improving by just 1% every day means you'll be nearly 38 times better in a year. That's how you build unstoppable momentum, one tiny step at a time.
Okay, so that's the theory. How do we actually do this? Let's get down to the practical stuff. This whole method can be boiled down to a super simple 10-minute reset you can do every single day to pull your focus back into line.
So this little reset stands on two main pillars. First up, we've got forest bathing. Now don't worry, you don't actually need a forest for this. It's really about resetting your emotional state. It could be as simple as spending a couple of minutes just looking at a houseplant, or even just gazing at the trees outside your window. Then, on the other side, we have a practice called Dancier, which is all about the idea that decluttering your physical space helps declutter your mind. You know the saying, a tidy desk can lead to a tidy mind. It's so true.
And let's be clear, this isn't just about some vague idea of feeling good. This 10-minute routine has some very specific, science-backed goals. The immediate mission is to lower your levels of cortisol. That's your body's main stress hormone. And by doing that, you directly improve something called your executive function.
So we've got the what and the how. Now let's peek behind the curtain at the why. Why on earth do these incredibly simple little habits have such a huge impact on our focus? Well, it all comes down to what's happening inside your brain, chemically speaking.
Okay, check this out. This chart lays it all out perfectly. On one hand, doing the forest bathing and dancer, that directly lowers your cortisol. The result? You feel less stressed, less anxious. At the same time, the Kaizen mindset of getting those small 1% wins every day, that increases dopamine, which is what builds your motivation. So you're hitting it from both sides, actively fighting stress and building up your drive, all on a chemical level.
And the grand prize for doing all of this? Improved executive function. Think of this as the CEO of your brain. It's the set of mental skills that lets you plan, focus, remember instructions, and juggle multiple things at once. When you make that part of your brain stronger, you unlock your ability to do that deep, meaningful, focused work we're all chasing. So, here it is, your path to getting started. And it's ridiculously simple. Step 1. Just pick a 10-minute window in your day. Maybe it's right before you start working. Step 2. Use that time for forest bathing and danzen. Spend 5 minutes tidying your workspace and 5 minutes just quietly observing a plant. And step 3, the most important one, repeat it daily. That's the Kaizen part, that continuous daily improvement.
Look, if you only take one single thing away from all of this, please let it be this. This isn't about finding a magic trick for focus. It's about understanding that small, consistent, positive actions create real, profound change in your brain's wiring. You are literally, day by day, rewiring your own brain to be better at focusing. And that really leaves us with one final thought. We've been talking about this method for focus, but the Kaizen idea? You can apply that to anything. Learning a skill, a new language, maybe an instrument. So the real question I want to leave you with is, what could you master in just 10 minutes a day?